What's going on, guys? Gilly Deltrez, one half of the Geektastic duo, self-published professional, creator of Galactic Rodents of Mayhem and The Deep Dark, crowdfunding on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Check that out. Along with
Hero Geek Ronald Christian here, creator of Paragon Prime, the world's greatest and truest superhero, coming soon to Indiegogo, hopefully this summer. So stay tuned for that.
All right, guys. So we're here to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. And before I start anything, I'm just going to do this. Dun, 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 dun. Right? We love Sonic, right? Who does not love Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic's had a rough it hasn't been always great, but the character's great, and I grew up on the original games. I had Sega Genesis when I was a kid, just like Gilly did. So Sonic has a special place in my heart. So I had high hopes for this movie. Initially, when I saw the original trailer and I saw how Sonic looked, I'm like, nah.
Why you can't have high hopes? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times when you have high hopes for movies, especially video game movies, you're going to be crushed.
Oh, yeah. For the most part, you're going to be crushed, yes.
You're going to be stomped. Your heart is going to be just pounded and pummeled. However, once Paramount decided to redo the design for Sonic, and they issued that redesign and they brought him back to his original kind of form, to what we all know and love as Sonic, I think that was a step in the right direction for this movie.
That definitely was. That garnered a lot of positivity, a lot of good faith in the fans, and I think a lot of people went to go see the movie when they weren't planning on it because of what they did.
And it's no secret that Sonic, it's no secret that Sonic the Hedgehog has done great in the box office, and it's a reason. There's fan service that needs to happen, okay? And I'm not saying that it has to be a carbon copy of the game, because again, Sonic it's a game that
but besides,
goes so many ways.
Even within Sonic, there's been different continuities and different.
You had the animated series. You even had comic books. So there's a lot that they can dive into. But for the most part, I think as a standalone movie, and I think as what we're experiencing might be the first of a trilogy, or the first, definitely we're going to have a sequel, because it's been a success, and basically how it ended, it definitely leaves it open to a sequel.
Oh yeah, so. But should we just spoil the ending for everybody now? So we
real quick before we spoil it, I want to know, what were the 3 things you liked the best out of this movie? Just give me 3 things off the top.
3 things. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik was just brilliant. I really, really loved it. I love how Sonic called him Eggman, so they got that name in there. That was really cool. That's
the reference right there. This Sonic movie did a great job of bringing in the video game references. We have Eggman as Jim Carrey is one. There's also Green Hill where the town that he kind of stays at once he comes to Earth, and it's a play on Green Hill Zone. There's also the rings. We see that. There's quite a few references. There's even a reference to the Mushroom Kingdom. I mean, literally, there's a dimension that's all mushrooms. That's not a mistake. That's purposeful. They did that with intent. Could this be a crossover thing? I don't know. We're going too far, but Jim Carrey is a masterwork.
Oh, gosh, yes.
What he did in that film is true 90s Jim Carrey. It's what I grew up on. And you're seeing Jim Carrey, but at the same time, you're seeing Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
It's just, it flows. What were some other things? Because Jim Carrey definitely nailed it. 2 other things. Let's go. We did 2 other things.
Well, you know what? I actually liked the girlfriend of the main character. She was pretty cool. I liked her a lot. I liked her character quite a bit.
She was a cutie. She wasn't just a husk. She wasn't just like throwaway character. They gave her some layers there. She was pretty interesting. The dynamic she had with James Marsden, it was cool. They were a believable couple, and I like how Sonic fit into everything. Any other ones that you liked? Your 3rd thing that you liked?
I loved the design of Sonic. I thought it was really endearing, and just very a very endearing design. Yeah, pretty much.
So 3 things I liked about Sonic. Jim Carrey by far,
yeah,
class act. I loved his work. I mean, I was in the movie theater, and at that time I had like a tear down my eye because I'm laughing, but it's so much of Jim Carrey and being condescending to some of the other characters and the one-liners he said. It was clever.
Yeah,
they're really having fun with it. He's hamming it up. He's really being, Dr. Robotnik, and it's nice to see Jim Carrey like in a role that he actually like is enjoying. So that was one of the things I liked. Another thing I really liked was Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic, yeah.
I liked him. I enjoyed him in Parks and Rec. I enjoyed him in the show Parks and Rec. I thought he was great.
I remember him in that show. I remember him, yeah.
But he brought Sonic to life, and he didn't downplay the character at all. He made him feel like Sonic. It was great. I felt Sonic is coming to life, and that's one thing that I also enjoyed. And a third thing that I liked were the references there. And here we're going to go with a spoiler, big time spoiler. Okay, towards the end of the movie, stay to the past little post credits. But one thing that I loved is that Tails,
oh my gosh,
made an appearance, and
he was so pitch perfect, so spot on. Like, that's Tails, the voice, the design, everything. I was like, yes.
So the reason why that I like that so much, because it shows me that they're putting in some real time to this movie. They're showing the TLC it deserves, and they're pretty much banking on a sequel, and hopefully from there we can get a trilogy, because we're going to see a lot more Sonic, and with a lot more Sonic, we're getting a lot more Jim Carrey, Dr. Robotnik, and I think we can go so much with that.
I don't know if you noticed this, but the guys that were attacking the owl at the beginning of the movie, they looked a lot like in Cheetahs, like it might be Knuckles, kind of.
They did have that design, so Knuckles will be in. Maybe that could be a tribe of echidnas. Echidnas that maybe could be a tribe of echidnas that are trying to look for something. But one thing I liked about the movie, they had fun. Again, the owl in the beginning, it was like, okay, it's a little cliche, it's and it's she sacrificed herself to open up the dimension. The rings, I like the fact that the rings are used to open up dimensions. One thing I wasn't too crazy about, again, this is me nitpicking. Mm-hmm. There's just some things in the plot that for me fall a little flat. The fact that you make James Martin, I think James Martin and Sonic had a great chemistry. I think it worked, that whole buddy cop thing. It definitely soared. It's just like, okay, he's a terrorist, and then it's just like everything, like the government, they know he's connected, and then it's just like at the end of the movie, it's just like,
well, okay. they could have gone another route. They could have gone with the little kid companion, and they didn't.
They didn't, so I'll give them that. And maybe a little kid companion could be just what the doctor ordered. But again, we got James Marsden. There's going to be a lot of things we can play around with that little kid dynamic, maybe in a sequel or something, maybe when Tails comes in. Overall, the movie did what it was supposed to. There was no agendas. And a lot of times, sometimes we see movies where they do almost a 360 from the source material.
Oh, you know who I didn't like?
Oh.
The sister of the girlfriend. She was kind of annoying.
She was a little buffer character. She, was those were kind of throwaway characters. Although she had some life. The whole the kid running around saying Sonic, 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 and she's like, put my Fitbit on so I could lose some calories. Like,
gotta go fast.
The thing I liked about it was wholesome, family friendly fun, and I think we need this. And I think in a day and age where sometimes we're seeing a lot of reboots lose their soul, it's nice to see that Sonic kind of kept what it needed to keep for fans to be happy and for us to also usher in Sonic to our kids and to a new generation.
I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I'm looking forward to the sequel. Give me more Sonic.
There we go. We got more Sonic. From a 1 to 10, Ron, what do you give it?
I give it around a 7.5 or 8.
All right, so just like me, my when I did my review on my channel, Gilly Writes Comics and stuff, I pretty much gave it a 7.5 because again, I'm still a storyteller. There's still a part of me that I examine everything, but I'm so heavily biased towards Sonic because I'm a gamer, because I grew up on him. So the 7.5 for me is solid. It's like it did what it did. I'm not gonna poke holes through the plot because it's so easy to do, but it had a charm to it. It felt, the nostalgia is real.
Yeah, it was.
And it was so great that I'm so much looking forward to owning this on Blu-ray, watching this with my son,
me too,
and watching the next couple of seasons.
They are making a Mario CGI movie, so we'll see how that is. Hopefully it's good.
And here's the thing. I would love to see a Mario Sonic crossover.
Yeah.
Keep him CGI and make it work. I mean, you have movies like Roger Rabbit where you see animated characters with real life characters. I think you can do that with Mario. You can't do a live action Mario. It will never work.
It has to be CGI, so he's gonna look like he does in the game. So that's good, at least.
Keep him CGI. Make it, for some reason, when he comes into Earth, that's the properties he gets for whatever. Make it work. Keep him CGI. Do a crossover, because this is opening what I'd like to call a nostalgia boom. And that's where characters like the ones I create in Galactic Rodents of Mayhem can survive, because there's a market for nostalgia. How could there not be? It's evident there with remakes and reboots. So it's cool to see Sonic grow, evolve. And I think this movie is just what the doctor ordered. And I would love to see more Sonic to come.
I dug it, and I'm glad I saw it, instead of Birds of Prey. That's for sure.
There we go. So, guys, our review is in. Sonic the Hedgehog is definitely worth it. We tried not to give too much spoilers. It's basically a great family-friendly buddy cop hedgehog thing going on that works on all kind of levels.
It does.
With a mad scientist thrown in there, and Jim Carrey for good measure as Dr. Robotnik. It's quick. The movie goes real fast. The pacing is really quick. It's fun,
but it never feels
clever.
It never feels breakneck fast. Like it flows in its
there's a flow to it. So again, definitely check out Sonic the Hedgehog. Support the nostalgia. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Did you? Because there's some people that kind of were disappointed. Like, how high were your expectations? You get what I'm saying? Let us know your thoughts. I know the Amazing Lucas in his channel, he wasn't crazy about Sonic. It's like, dude, this is you're really going to complain about this?
Amazing Lucas is very hard to please and really nitpicky.
It's like, come on, man. Are you expecting like an Oscar-worthy performance? I mean, this is a story about Super Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. At the same time, you got to understand that this thing could have totally went another way. Imagine if it went like the hijacked SJW route, where it was just forced with agendas and just not really taking into account the integrity of the character, even though it's a video game character. It means something, right? So let us know your thoughts. Like and subscribe to the channel, please. We're trying to grow our channel, the Geektastic Duo. We just want to be a place where we just offer two fresh opinions on comic book culture and try to hit on things that maybe you don't think, you're not seeing, and expound on it. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Like and subscribe, please. Geek out.
Geek out.